Hey guys, my name is John Sifferman, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions after an unboxing of a lot of different styles of minimalist footwear from brands like Vivobarefoot and Xero shoes and Lems and Lenka and others. I'll go through them all in a little while. But I've got a lot of minimalist shoes, barefoot shoes they're sometimes called. Also got some boots and some sandals from basically the top brands and some brands that you probably haven't heard of but are making really innovative products. So I'm excited. This is really just part one of what's going to turn into a much more in-depth review. There's only so much you can tell from an unboxing video and like first impressions. This is basically like me telling you my thoughts as if I went to a shoe store and tried a bunch of things on to hopefully help you narrow down the types of footwear that you would be interested in if you're considering minimalist footwear. If you don't know what minimalist footwear is, probably the 15-second version is they're really lightweight, typically lightweight, really flexible. They let your feet move a lot more than traditional shoes. They are zero drop, which means the forefoot is the same height as the heel usually. And there's enough width in the toe box where your toes are not all squished together. So it's basically just a healthier, more natural type of footwear that lets your feet move the way that they're designed to move. And there's lots of different, little differences from brand to brand and model to model. But generally lightweight, flexible, zero drop, more room, more space for your feet to move naturally. So a little bit about me, because I think that context is important. I've been a fitness coach my whole career. I have been a barefoot training, living, and minimalist footwear advocate for probably 15 or 16 years now. Used to have a lot of injuries and especially knee problems that I struggled with for years. I was in physical therapy for almost 3 years. And I couldn't do the stuff that I enjoyed, like hiking and running. Literally could not run 10 feet for years because of like a sharp pain in my knees. But going barefoot and transitioning into minimalist footwear helped me to recover and get back to doing the stuff that I love, like hiking and running and playing sports and things like that. And so I'm sold. I'm a huge advocate for it now. It's all that I wear when I can help it. Sometimes you got to wear traditional shoes for whatever, dressing up at weddings. But there's a lot more options now today than there used to be. Back when I first started, it was like a few brands, really. I mean, there were others, but it was really just a few brands that were well known and making good quality products. And now, I mean, I've got like 12 brands here. I think I'm going to have some more coming in time for the next review video. So there's a lot of options today. And so what are those brands? We got Lenka, Freet, Lems, Tadeevo, Soul Runner, Vivobarefoot, Xero shoes, Ahinsa, Magical shoes, Feelgrounds, and that's all of them. Luna sandals and Earth Runner sandals here on the right. So I'm very excited. Basically just going to try these on and tell you what I think about them. It's kind of raw and unscripted. I have not planned any of this out at all other than I'm going to give you a look at them. I'm going to see how much movement is involved, and I'm just going to tell you how they feel when I put them on my feet. I have tried almost all of these on already just to make sure that they fit. I have made a couple of exchanges. I will note those in the in-depth review, at least. I don't know if I'll do it today, if I remember, just to make sure that they fit and they're going to work for the review. There are a couple that just arrived last night that I have not tried on yet, so that'll be a true unboxing. But in a lot of the cases, you're not going to see a lot of the packing materials that they originally came in because I got rid of a lot of that. So it's not a true unboxing, I guess. But the shoes are just the way they were when they arrived. Before we get to that, I thought I would just show you the types of footwear that I generally wear throughout my life. I don't know if you care, so you can skip ahead if you don't care about that. But I go barefoot as often as I can, which is not as often as I'd like. But generally when it's warm and safe, warm enough and safe to do so, I am not wearing any shoes at all. I might wear some sandals. These are Earth Runner sandals, the ones outside of the box that I've had for a while. I'm a big fan of those. We'll talk about that later. I'm actually getting some new Earth Runners in the mail sometime this week for this review. So I will film that and update the video at the end. But I've also got these shoes over here on your right. The red ones are Innovate Trail Runners. Basically just use those for running in the winter when it's too cold to be barefoot where I live. The brown ones are Vivobarefoot Trail Runners with a little bit more insulation. So it's more of I consider it more of an everyday all-purpose shoe. I wear them around town, around the office when I need to be in shoes and not barefoot or sandals. And I've used those training and running and you know, all sorts of things, hiking. And I've got my work boots here, which are just your typical construction boots. These are by Keen. They have steel toes. I hate wearing them, but sometimes I'm thankful to have them when I'm working with, you know, heavy machinery or whatever. So yeah, I think that's the gist of it. So I'm gonna hit pause and we'll get into the unboxing. All right, so originally I was thinking I would just roll the camera the whole time that I'm unboxing and trying them on and walking around. And then I realized that that would take like a couple of hours, and ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody would want to listen to me blab for that long about anything. And so what I did was I tried everything on, and I walked around my house. I did a little hopping and skipping, kind of like what I would do if I went to a shoe store. Nothing crazy, no sprints or anything like that. And I took a bunch of notes. And so I've got all my notes here for me to remember, because I'm sure I would forget some things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you each set of footwear one by one. We're going to start with the shoes, move to the boots, and then finish with the sandals. And I'm just going to tell you my initial thoughts. Again, these are just first impressions. I really haven't spent a lot of time with these, so don't give them too much weight. Take a lot of what I say with a grain of salt. And obviously, footwear is very subjective on fit and feel and comfort, and my feet are different than your feet. And so if something doesn't fit right, it may fit you perfectly. And so don't put too much weight on just that, because some of these did not fit me as well as others. And I don't want that to be a negative in your mind for some of those companies, because you might love them. And so don't discount them immediately. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So before we open the first box, I just want to say, if you're getting any value out of the video, I'd love if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. That way you can also see the review when it comes out. And so I'd really appreciate that if you are willing to do that. Let's get to the first box. This is the Lenka Trailwalker 2.0 gray. Came in this box. Some of the packaging material may have been removed, because I removed a lot of it from a lot of these boxes. But I'm just going to show you one here. So this is like a trail walking, trail running type shoe. It's very minimal, very lightweight, very flexible. Materials it's made of, I feel like it'll really conform to the shape of your foot over time. At first glance, it appears very well made, very good construction, high quality materials. I love the sole. The tread on here is fairly aggressive. I think I'm going to really enjoy testing these out in the woods, doing a lot of natural movement type stuff. So some of my notes on the Lenka did feel a little bit tight around the edges and around the top. I do suspect, because of the materials this is made of, that will lessen after I break them in, so I'm not too concerned about it. But out of the gate, I like it. I'm kind of impressed. Looking forward to testing those out. So that's the Lenka Trailwalker 2.0 gray. I'm gonna send those over there. I'm gonna try and move quickly, guys. So this is the Freet Flex in black. Came in this box. I do have some packing material still in there. And here's one here. Yes, I remember this one. I really liked this one. This one felt very comfortable when I tried it on. Very lightweight, I'm applying like no pressure, and it's crazy. Seems very well made, like good materials. And this was one of the most comfortable ones for me with my feet that I tried on. And so I was very impressed with these. What else did I write down here? I want to make sure. That's basically what I said. Comfortable, fits well. I'm impressed. Looking forward to trying these out from Freet. I'll put those back in there. Send those over. Whoa, easy does it. All right, these are Lems, the Primal Zen in Night Sky. Not black, guys. It's Night Sky. Get it right. Oh no, these are not black. These are like the dark blue ones. So I remember when I put these on, these felt so comfortable, like a traditional shoe comfortable. Like traditional shoes tend to have a little bit more support and padding. This one has a little bit more than some of the others, but it's still pretty flexible. I'm applying a little bit more force than the last couple. You could still fold this into a pancake if you use enough force. But it kind of reminded me of a more minimal version of the Nike Free. You guys remember those Nike Frees? I used to have a set of Nike Free shoes, gosh, 15, 17 years ago. So it was very comfortable. What else did I say? Athletic, very comfortable. I said that it does not feel like a zero drop heel. I do not know if that's true or not, but when I tried it on, I'm like, I need to go check the website and see if these are really zero drop, because it felt like there was a little bit of height in the back. Could just be my imagination. Again, take it with a grain of salt. But I really liked wearing these. These were super comfortable. I'm like, I could wear these all day. I could sleep in these. They're so comfortable. It feels like a slipper. So I'm looking forward to testing these out around town, around the office. I'll do some movement stuff in them as well. Gosh, figuring out the direction these go is really hard for people like me. All right. These are the magical shoes. They are the Explorer 2.0. And again, these are not black. They are vegan night. And came in this box. They're super flat when they came in. I remember when I tried these on, these were the, what did I say? I confused these with the Tadeevos because they're a very similar style shoe. All right, so these, I bought a size up because their website recommended that you size up because they tend to run a little bit small, and it still felt really tight around the sides. And so that bothered me a little bit. Other than that, they appear to be like well made, like good stitching. Seems like high quality materials. The uppers are very comfortable, and it's extremely minimal. As you can tell, again, you can fold it into a pancake. Obviously very lightweight. So other than being tight around the sides, it seemed like a good option for like natural movement type activities. Walking, running, balancing, jumping, things like that. It's very breathable, super minimalist, more so than most of the others here. So other than being a little tight around the sides, I didn't have anything negative to say about it. Gosh. But yeah, if you do get the magical shoes, you probably want to size up. All right, these are the Soul Runners, the Namaka 2. And these are in black. None of that vegan night sky ones. Oh yes, these. So I left these in there. So when I tried these on, they felt very different from all the other shoes here, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it was just a different kind of feeling shoe than most of the others. And the things that I noticed about it is that with this one, my heel slides out of the back when I walk, even when I cinched these down really tight, and it fits well. Like they're comfortable in the sizing, but my foot would slide out of the back even when I make them really tight. And they're a little tight around the sides for me, but not so much of an issue that I think it'll bother me. I think once they're broken in, they'll be a little bit better. But if I was comparing this at a shoe store, I probably wouldn't get it because of the heel slipping in the back. Really nothing I can do about it. Might not be an issue for you, but it was for me. And so this is probably not a shoe I would buy myself, but they do appear to be well made, really good materials, really solid rubber in the soles. The upper is super nice. And so I really wanted to like this shoe. And I do like it. It's just, it wouldn't work for me with my feet. I will continue to test them. I'll cinch down the laces as tight as I can get them and try them out to give you guys a fair and honest perspective on them. All right, that's the Soul Runner. And the other thing is the Soul Runner boots. Love them. Might be one of my favorite sets of boots here. So I did not have that heel slipping issue with those. So we'll get to those boots in a minute. All right, the Tadeevo Bliss in black. Can you tell I like black shoes? They didn't all send me. Almost every company here let me choose the exact styles that I wanted, which I appreciate, and I do like black shoes. All right, so these are the Tadeevo Bliss. Very similar style to the magical shoes I showed you a second ago, so super lightweight, super flexible, very, very thin soles. This one, what did I say here? I want to make sure I don't confuse them. So these fit me a little bit better than the magical shoes, but they're still a little bit tight around the sides. I remember they were not uncomfortably tight, but just pretty snug. And so I think that once I've worn them a little bit more, that'll become a non-issue. In terms of the materials, there's double stitching. It seems like high quality fabrics and adhesives. From what I can tell, it's a decent set of shoes. I'll be interested to see how this section holds up over time. But yeah, the Tadeevo Bliss, right? Did I get that right? I don't want to say it wrong. Make sure you guys get the right information. Yeah, the Tadeevo Bliss. So another one, great for natural movement type activities, outdoors where you want a lot of ground feel, and lots of mobility with your feet. All right, this one's unmarked. I forget which one this is. The other Tadeevos. So these are the high tops. So those are the low tops. These are the high top version. What did I say about these? Good fit overall, a little bit of pressure on top of the toes. That's right. These are the ones where I kind of figured like, okay, they're very snug and there's a little bit of like, there's just not enough space up here for my toes. And so there's a bit of rubbing. And so I thought to myself, probably wouldn't want to walk long distances in these because it would lead to some blisters. But really, I kind of have the same thoughts that I had about those. These seem well made. There's good materials, double stitching. The rest of the shoe was comfortable. But this is one that if I tried it on in the store, I'd probably be like, that one's just not for me. But, you know, very flexible, super lightweight, obviously zero drop. I believe all of the shoes that I've mentioned so far are zero drop or very close to it, other than maybe the Lems, but don't quote me on that. Lems, don't hate me if they are zero drop. It was just something I thought when I tried them on. And obviously you guys can check the website to see what's what. So yeah, these are the Tadeevo high tops. So yeah, not much else to say about those. We got to keep this moving, guys. I don't want this video to go on forever. So these are the Vivobarefoot Primus Trail 2 in Obsidian, not black, Obsidian. So I ordered these a size too large, and I've got the correct size coming. So when I tried them on, I'm like, oh, there's a little bit too much space up front, which is surprising to me because I have other Vivobarefoot shoes. But Vivo, you know, they're very similar to the other shoe style that I have. They're very high quality, very comfortable. One of my favorite minimalist shoes that I've tried on is this one right here. So I just need to get it in the right size, and I'll be able to give it a proper test. But, you know, right out of the gate, I'm already a big fan of these. And so I don't know what to say. I'll take this off, give you guys a look at it. Lots of flexibility, can fold it, super lightweight, really good aggressive treads on this one. These are like a trail runner, and just very high quality materials, great construction, you know, the fabrics, the rubber, the adhesives. I'm a big fan of this shoe in particular. This is the fourth set of this type of shoe that I've worn. I've had, yeah, this is the fourth set of Vivobarefoot trail runner shoes that I've owned. And I'm a big fan of them. But I am also interested to see how they compare to all of these, because there's lots of other ones here that I like as well. All right, Xero shoes. Xero shoes has one of the coolest boxes here. Can I just point that out? They got cool stuff on the back. They got cool stuff inside that just affirms our decisions to be minimalist footwear geeks. But this is the, what do they call it? The Prio in black, you guessed it. So yeah, we took all the stuffing out of that. So when I first put this on, I thought that's different, that's unique from a lot of the other shoes here. It feels like a more minimal version to me. Sorry if I hit the mic. It feels like a more minimal version of your average tennis shoe. It is zero drop. It's super lightweight. There's obviously very flexible, but it feels comfortable like a normal sneaker or tennis shoe. So some of the notes I said, good fit overall, couple of tight spots. Over time, I believe that as these get a little bit more broken in, that those tight spots will not be an issue anymore. But I mean, initial impressions, really like it. I have never owned a Xero shoes shoe before. I have owned a lot of their sandals a long time ago, and I liked them for some reasons. I didn't like them for other reasons. So I'm really interested to try this out. Obviously, Xero shoes is one of the big companies out there. A lot of people love them. I've got tons of friends, guys. Like, everybody likes me. I have several friends that I know who are like really big advocates for this particular shoe. And so I'm excited to try them out, put them through the paces. Great job on the box, guys. Let me tell you, guys are crushing it on the box. All right, so I'm gonna transition into the boots now. What do we got on top? I think this is, yeah, it's Ahinsa. This is the Ahinsa Shuma 2.0. Another one in black. Can you believe it? They're not all black. There are some other colored things here, guys. I swear. What did I say about these? Honestly, can't remember. Feels like a true barefoot boot. Comfortable, fits well, and it's got the Vibram sole. As we get into the boots, you're going to notice that they're not quite as flexible as the shoes, and it makes sense. There's more material. There might be slightly thicker soles or insoles, or I don't even know what all the different terms of the shoe are called, but when I tried these on, I really liked them. They're very comfortable. I felt like they were very secure, but not tight and restrictive. Fits well, comfortable. I felt like I could move naturally in these too. So like it looks like a traditional kind of work boot, I guess. But I felt like I could do really athletic things when I tried these on. So this is a brand I had never even heard of, Ahinsa. But it seems like they make a really good product. I really like the sole tread. I like the, oh, my dog just did something upstairs. I think he probably saw something outside. And yeah, they just seem really well made. So I'm excited to test these out. Nice job, Ahinsa, so far. I'm gonna put the boots over here. I don't get confused. All right, what do we got? We got the Lenka boots here. So we looked at the shoes earlier. These are the Arctic Edge, also in black. The thing about these is they are way too small for my feet. I tried them on and I was like, ooh, that's not gonna work. And they offered to send me a replacement. They have not arrived yet. But when I put my foot in there, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna test these because this is just way too small. I don't know if they just, I can't remember if they just fit or run small to size or if they're closer to true to size, but they're just way too small. First impressions is that it's very well made. I like the style too, they're pretty cool. And they're not quite as flexible, way more flexible than my work boot. And you can see how flexible this one is. Oh my. All right, if I really push, I can get it to bend. Those are my steel toes. This is obviously, if I really push, I can make it, I could probably fold it into almost a pancake if I really pushed. I'm not gonna do that because I'm setting them back. But I really like the style. I think that they appear very well made. All of the materials seem very well made. The stitching, the sole material, I just wish that they fit. And so I'm looking forward to getting the ones that do. I'll be curious to see if some of these seams hold up over time. That's just a suspicion, but obviously don't mark that as a negative. It's just one of the observations that I had. One of the other things I noticed is that when I did try them on, the shape of the shoe, the shape of like the sole is a little bit curved. So it kind of put my foot into a unusual gait pattern for me. Maybe some people love that, but for me it was like, oh, that's just a little different from what I'm used to. But yeah, Lenka, super high quality. Maybe you would love it. I'm looking forward to trying out the set when they arrive in the proper size for my feet. These are Feelgrounds. These are the chestnut brown winter boot. Look at that. They're not black. What did I say about the Feelgrounds? I said not bad, not great. Feel a little bit of rubbing on the top of my feet just behind the toes. Doesn't stay as secure on my feet as some of the others. I'll get the dog hair off of that. So, I mean, I hate to say it, I wasn't super impressed with these right out of the box. Mainly just because of how they fit. Construction-wise, they seem high quality. They're very warm. You know, this particular model, they have the nice lining, the laces, the stitching, the materials, the rubber. It all feels very high quality. It just didn't really fit or feel like the type of thing I would get myself. But you know, I'm still going to put them through the paces, let you know what I think. That could change. Maybe over time I break them in a little bit more and I learn to love them. But first impressions was like, it's probably not one that I would buy if I was at the store. No offense to Feelgrounds at all. You might love them. All right, these are the Freet Impala Browns. Also brown. I confused these with the other ones. So, yeah. So I remember putting these on. These are very comfortable, and they fit well. I tried them on with thin socks and thick socks, and they felt a little bit better in thick socks. They're super lightweight. You can kind of fold them, twist them. There's enough movement there for me to be happy for a boot. Seems like really good construction. The stitching, the seams, the adhesives. The rubber feels a little soft to me, and maybe that's a good thing. Some of the other rubber on some of the other shoes feels really, really hard and more plasticky. I guess I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't know what would be best. But I remember these were comfortable. They fit well. I like them better in thicker socks. Definitely going to get these out for some hiking, and hopefully we get some snow. So these are the Freet. Impala in brown. All right. Moving on to the Lems. These are the Outlander boot, and they're waterproof in coyote color. Right, these are really cool looking, in my opinion. I love these. These definitely get style points. When I tried them on, I thought, that's a really comfortable boot. They're really lightweight. They don't have as much movement or flexibility as I would like necessarily, but for like an in-between boot that's not like a traditional construction or hiking or combat boot, that's something just lightweight and has a little bit more flexibility to it, I'm really impressed. So I really like these boots from Lems. I think they look really cool, so that's a plus. Not something that I would ordinarily, I would not make a buying choice based on style. That's like probably the least important thing to me. Honestly, I'm totally fine wearing really weird looking shoes, and I have regularly for the last 15 years. Let's see, what else did I say about these? Very comfortable, good fit, like these boots. So looking forward to trying them on. I did do some like hopping around in them as well. I felt like, oh, I could do some natural movement in this. I wouldn't want to go for a run in them necessarily, but I will and see how they do. But initial impressions, I'm impressed with the Lems boots. So these are the Sole Runner boots. They are called the Surtur. Hope I said that right. And oh yes, I really liked these boots by Sole Runner. So Sole Runner were the ones with where my heel was slipping out of the shoe. This is basically the boot version of that shoe. You know, it has some different, there are some differences from it as well. But it felt similar to the shoe, except my heel doesn't slip out of that, which is great. And these felt really good on my feet. They felt really secure. They're super lightweight. There's a good bit of flexibility and movement to them. I think that they will break in a little bit more over time. I like the treads on the bottom. They feel like they are very well made. And the shoes do as well, if I didn't mention that earlier. They both seem like they're very well made, high quality construction, good materials. And so I'm excited to try these. I felt like that's a boot that I can play in and not just something I can work in. And so I'm really looking forward to trying those on. Nice job, Sole Runner. Thank you for sending those. Thank you everybody for sending me these. Like, oh my gosh, I could not do this without all these companies contributing. All right, so this is the Vivobarefoot boot. It's the Tracker Textile AT in Obsidian Black. And again, this is a size too big. I got both of the Vivobarefoot shoes and boots one size too large, so the size that fits me is coming. I've never tried a set of Vivobarefoot boots before. I'm excited to. First impressions, they look really high quality. It is very light. There's a little bit of movement and flexibility, like some of these boots. If I pushed hard, I could probably fold it in half. I'm not going to do that because they are going to be sent back. But initial impression, this is a very high quality choice, very well made, great soles. Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to getting the regular size. I did try it on. It felt good. It's just like, this is too big. So look forward to getting the correct size and trying them out in the snow. And well, I'll probably take those running and put them through the whole paces in the future. Last set of boots is the Xero shoes, Alpine. This is their like winter boot as well, so it's a great comparison with the Vivobarefoot Tracker. I'm starting to confuse the names. These are very similar options. So the Xero shoes, Alpine in asphalt black. So I've seen people with these boots and they rave about them. I've always wanted to try them, so thank you, Xero shoes. They are very lightweight. They look way lighter, or they feel way lighter than they look. They're very warm, a little bit higher up on the back, which is probably good in the snow. Seems like great treads for being in snow or ice. These are actually pretty flexible, probably the most flexible boots that I have here out of all the companies. And so what did I say about these? Boot feels good with both thin and thick socks. Feels a little bit better with thick socks. So initially I ordered a size too large in these. I normally wear like a size 10 men's boot, but there was just too much space in there for me. And so this is a 9.5, and it feels a lot better. So I'm very impressed out of the box with these. Feels great. Looking forward to trying them out, especially in the snow, to see how they do for insulation and warmth and things like that. And of course I'll take them walking and other things like that. So that is all the boots. Oh my goodness. All right, getting to the sandals. We're near the end, guys. If you're still hanging in there, gosh, you're a saint. So these are the Luna sandals. Luna, like Xero shoes, has a really cool boxes. They definitely win the best box awards. Luna and Xero shoes. They just got really cool stuff. There's a story here. Just makes you like, wow, I'm so glad that I got these. It's just that validation makes us feel good about ourselves. So I have never owned a pair of Luna sandals, but I've heard about these for, I don't know, 15 years. Like I read that book, Born to Run, a long time ago, and Barefoot Ted was one of the characters, and he's the guy who made these sandals. And they're considered like legendary sandals in the minimalist footwear community, but I've never tried them until now. And initial impressions, I like them. They're a little bit thicker in the sole than I like. I know that they make other options. They make some thinner ones and some even thicker ones than this, but it's a nice Vibram sole. Able to, once I got the lacing straps dialed in to my feet, they felt very secure on my feet, very stable. I felt like I can do a lot of movement in these. And so what else did I say? Comfortable, little cushy, felt very secure. I know people who have run like 100-mile races in these, and so I am not going to do that as part of my testing, but I will definitely take them running and in the warm, in the cold, in the wet, and put them through the paces. Looking forward to trying them out. So yeah, those are Luna sandals. I'm also going to show you my old Earth Runner sandals, mainly because I've got new ones coming very soon, but I've had these for over 10 years. And I love them. I basically live in these in the summer when I can't be barefoot and don't have to wear shoes. And all I've had to do is replace one buckle, and I replaced the straps maybe a year ago because a strap finally snapped, like after almost 10 years. And I love these. These are great. They still have good tread on the bottom, so I'm a big fan of those. Curious to see how they'll compare with the Luna sandals. They're both well-known brands in the minimalist sandal community. Xero shoes also makes some sandals as well. So yeah, wanted to point those out and just give you a look at them. All right, so before we wrap up, I just want to share some of the things that's top of mind for me. Some of this footwear is already standing out to me a little bit more than others. There's obviously a lot of great options here. There's a few sets that I probably wouldn't buy myself if I was at the shoe store. Doesn't mean it's not a good quality product. It's just either it didn't fit or just not something that I would prefer to get myself. But some of these are I'm really excited about, and they're standing out to me for different reasons. So we just talked about the sandals, so I'll just talk about it really briefly. Never owned a set of these. I'm very excited about testing these Luna sandals. I've heard great things. They're kind of legendary in the ultra marathon community, and I'm really excited to compare them to my Earth Runners and the new sets of Earth Runners that I'm getting. So I'm excited about that, putting them all through the paces. And this is in no particular order, just what I can reach next. These are the Ahinsa boots. Very excited about testing these. They felt great on my feet and felt like I could do a lot of different things with them. They also seem really well made. So that's a Ahinsa. We've got the Lems boots, which are super stylish, and this is probably what I would go to if I needed a work boot but didn't need a steel toe boot, where I need something with a little bit extra protection and pretty comfortable if I was going to be on my feet all day, but they're still lightweight and a little bit flexible. So I'm excited about those. Seems like a very versatile kind of multi-purpose boot. What else do we have over here? Oh gosh. All right, the Xero shoes boots. I have heard a lot of great things about these from people who use them in the snow. And so as soon as we get some snow, I'm going to be testing these out in those conditions. I'll be testing them even before then probably. But we need some snow to really put them through the paces. So I'm excited about that. What else do we have over here? The Freet shoes. What are they doing over here? Must have switched them earlier. These were like, I felt like that's how a minimalist shoe should feel. They felt very similar to the Vivobarefoot shoes, just a little bit more flexible because they have a thinner sole. Vivo makes other shoes with thinner soles as well. But I was very excited about Freet. I had never heard of Freet until recently, and so I'm excited about those. Yeah, they have these. Yeah, okay, we'll go over here. The Lems shoes. Remember these? Super comfortable. Felt like I could wear these all day and be on my feet all day, and my feet wouldn't be extremely grumpy at the end of the day. And so very excited about those, wearing those around the office and doing all sorts of other things. The Xero shoes. Know a lot of people that wear these and swear by them, and it's like all that they buy, that like when one pair wears out, they buy another pair exactly like them. So I'm very excited to test these out. They're very popular in the minimalist footwear community. I'm excited about those. The Vivobarefoot shoes and boots. Excited about those. I've had a lot of the Vivobarefoot shoes in the past, and I love them. I think they're great. Very excited to try the boots out finally, see how they compare. Once I get the proper sizes for my feet. So excited about that. What else do we have over here? Oh yeah, let's not forget these. So these are the Sole Runner boots. You remember these? I put these on and I was like, man, that feels really good. Feels really secure, like I can do ninja stuff in these shoes, and so I'm very excited to try those out as well. And really, like all of these, I'm excited to try out, and I'm very grateful to all the companies for supporting this project, because I obviously couldn't go out and drop thousands of dollars on shoes just because I feel like it. And I'm going to do the best I can to put these through the paces. Obviously, it's going to take me more than a few minutes to test all of these indoors, outdoors, walking, running, hiking, in the weather, in the rain, in the snow in some cases. I'm going to do lots of natural movement type stuff, so balancing and crawling and jumping, and just see how they do in different types of terrain, so on trails, sandy conditions, whatever I can get to in the next couple of seasons ahead. I'm going to do the best I can to put them through the paces. So that's going to take a little bit of time, and it'll go in my in-depth review that'll be published on YouTube someday. So yeah, until then, thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear what you think about the video. Do you have any experience with any of these brands? Are there other brands that you think I should be looking at, that I should add to the lineup? Reach out to some of those companies. Do you love them? Do you hate them? I'd just love to hear what you think. And if this video was helpful to you, I'd love for you to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see some more videos in the future and not miss that in-depth review that I'm looking forward to getting to you sometime next year after I do my due diligence. So thanks again. I appreciate your time. Can't believe somebody would watch this whole video. So if you did, great job, man. I almost smashed the mic. You don't smash the mic, you smash the like. That was the dumbest thing I've said in a long time, but we're going to end it on that anyway. Take care.